until we succumb to our animal instincts. That is why my first act as mayor will be to replace the city council with an army of house cats.
Getting a loan from
You will love cat governance. Egyptians worship cats, and look at the society they built. Time has come to follow their lead.
So I call you, you're late, and I say, hey, interest rates have dropped from 6% to 4.5%. You save some money on your payment. I can lower your payment from $6,000 a month to $5,000 a month. Oh my God, that's great. Let's refinance. That's refinancing. The officer makes 50% of that loan. The loan is at $1 million, 2%, $20,000. He's at 50%. He makes $8,000. That's the loan officer. Now watch what's happening with applications in the refinance market. For a new mortgage of a house I'm buying. But watch refi. Applications for refis on existing mortgage dropped 75% from a year ago, according to the MBA's Refinance Mortgage Application Index. The AEI Housing Center, which tracks mortgage applications That's 93%. Most of loan officers, 80% of their income was on refi the last few years. Refi businesses, these guys are making $50,000 a month. If they were making
Often constituents will come up to me and go, "Excuse me, Councilman Pickles, but I was just wondering how I could be smart like you." And I tell them the same thing every time. Eat your green. I'll be left. I mean, eat money. Eat lots and lots of money. The only way to build a genius intellect like mine.
6%. Same $500,000. That's 6%. Which is $2,997. It's nearly $900. If you were to buy the same $500,000 at 9%, $4,023. It doubles in payment from 3%. Same loan amount, same house, everything's the same. One was
The time has come to reject the tyranny of vegetables. From now on, we should all eat meat. Raw meat. Don't listen to the scientists and nutritionists. They just want to control you. The raw meat will give us all the power of our ancestors. I have studied the scrolls, and I know how our bodies work.
To 9%. I think it's going to go to 10%. I think it may even go higher than 10%, but I think it's going to touch 10%. Let's take a look at the history of interest rates.
Vegas!
Look at this chart from
Dad,
1970 till
take
today. Today it shows around 5.7%
Prove your allegiance to Vegas by fighting. Fight! Fight to the death!
If you go back 2 years ago, this year was at 5.8%. Here's a crazy thing. If you go back around 2008, 2007, and go all the way back from 1970 till about 2007, 2008, below 5.7%. You'll see it go to 6%, 7%, 8%, 9%, 10%, 11%.
I want to be your mayor. I want to build the best Vegas you've ever seen. Don't like something in town? Tell me, and I'll tear it down myself with my bare hands.
I'm not in that business.
I'm here for you. Only you, the citizens of Vegas, greatest city.
And it was hyperinflation. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? CD rates were at 14.5%. What did we do back then that caused rates to go this high versus today? Was it a lovely city? Was it a big pandemic back then?
World has ever seen, and I won't rest until we've conquered every other city in the country. Take the 11 years of our fallen enemies as prizes to be displayed at City Hall.
Pay price for it. Means to be prepared.
Vegas will only achieve true glory if we raise our children for the diet of eyes. Bring them all to me for training. Vegas will need an army. It wants to stand on its own after all.
certain areas. Not saying it's going to happen.
Why do I deserve to be your mayor, you ask? Well, it's simple. Just look at all I've accomplished. I brought peace to the Middle East. I invented the internet. You better believe that I would never lie to you.
Unless you have another soul you can sell to become bulletproof, you won't last out there. You need to get inside the car.
You've seen this chart that says 1 million homes, and at the top it says single.
Why am I the best candidate? Because I fought a tiger and won. I punched Osama bin Laden into the sun. I breathe underwater and will live for 10,000 years. I'm Ernest Pickles, and I want to be your next mayor.
Builders are dropping. Listings, which Dave Ramsey, who said, you know, maybe a little bit of.
As your mayor, I will not stop until Las Vegas is its own independent village.
We're talking today with, hey, I want to buy a house right now. When you buy a house, just watch this data here and you make
Let's see how you like it on mute.
Realtor.com showing colors represent 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Which is yellow. You'll see listings in January.
Hope this guy's buckled up for his bumpy ride.
When I was a boy, I grew up learning that the only true way to build a great society was to build an equal society. I still believe in this dream of equality, and as mayor, I know exactly how to make it happen. We really want things to be equal. We all need to cut off our hands. Just imagine, no more fast typers or awesome guitar players will only make the rest of us feel bad. Just a society of people working together to figure out a new way to get ketchup out of the bottle. Truly a utopia.
Place that's not occupied, and that goes higher and higher and higher. And the amount of mortgage applications. Not 15%, not 20%. That's not Okay, what does this lead to? I love Compass. I've done business with Compass for many, many years. They're great. Compass is letting go 10% of their sales. Compass is like the high-end community realtors. If you work at Compass, it's very prestigious. they're letting go of 10%. Okay, Redfin announced they're laying off a ton of people. Chase, they're laying off just 1,000 loan officers. And then you're seeing layoffs in all these other industries. But this is what Freddie Mac's deputy chief economist, Len Kiefer, said last week, tweeted about this. He said, the U.S. housing market is at the beginning stages of the most significant contraction in activity since 2006. By the way, keep in mind, he doesn't get paid because he's in the industry. So Freddie Mac knows the market is living or the Bureau of just say it's the increasing percentage that we have in 2022.
Las Vegas means. It means the meadows. But the meadows of what? I say it's a meadow of dreams. Our dreams. And we can dream what we want because when I'm mayor, I'll make all your dreams come true. Independent. Done. Casual every day. You got it. And the whole puppy police force, damn straight. No dream is too big for Mayor Pickles to accomplish.
This guy just keeps going and going.
Hola, señoras y señoritas. Back la casa de Sanchez. El baño de casa porque fiesta lifetime. Only is a food full of olé, but all this weekend, la señorita Consuela Vieja de Montañas de Sangre de Cristo will be serving up a special drink for Dirty Sanchez. Casa de Sanchez. Mi casa es su casa.
This is Heavy Man on the Hood. Next up is Us by Joe.
Keep your heads down, everybody stay low. Follow my advice if you wanna stay breathing. Gotta keep it cool if the rockets heat seeking. You made the blow, but it wasn't dynamite. Drop an A-bomb just to light up the night. Gotta watch your step, man, turns on the right. One wrong move, it's the end of your life. Explosive on the mic, C4, more than hardcore. You're gonna get more than that for. You gon' ring now, you just go through door. Empty with a bag, and just take the shore. Get hit by shrapnel from multiple playboys. Thought it was a game, what the fuck you play for? Slow to see the bit, won't leave a trace. Even GPS can't pinpoint my place.
Hey, yo, next talk. Well, let's spit more. You got a tongue so wet, you sorry about that. So I jumped in bust. And then the Big Bang, the DOD combust.
To get things you purchase at the very few people get that one. But even if you get it 20%.
It's all blazing in the hood.
Hit the gym, legs, run me my check. Will your neck, shooters on deck. All we do is win. 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 Hit the gym, run me my check. Will your neck, shooters on deck. All we do is win. All we do is win. All we do is win. All we do is win.
I need to dump the shoulder back and show me I need to go. You cannot miss the glow. Y'all ain't notice. Excel like toast. I stay urgent. Let's go coast. Let's go coast. Down the court. With the fade. Even start for the win. Play. Got a cold for the rain. Y'all boys brace for the storm. We tsunami informed that it's best that you stay informed. We run plays without no script. And that's light work. We make dances off our shot, but what's your network? I cut ties for all my team with all this drip and no canteen. Now y'all boys can, but no sardines. We off this wave for all 19. I don't got no words on Block on 5 and it's 10 like clutch. Team G6 in the league, stay up. Hey, gotta hit that, let's go.
Legs, run me my check. All we do is win. All we do is win. All we do is win. Hit the gym, legs, run me my check. Will your neck, shooters on deck. All we do is win. 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 I gotta win it. Yeah, I just sprint to the finish. I'm up on spinach. I go like a fire. Chicken and egg in the bed. I'm in it. Catching and eating fish. Yeah, they tryna eat up the layup, but beating me. Get like to come out and get it. Fresh out the skin. Yeah, busy. I got a whole lot on my plate. Busy. I got a whole lot on my plate. Busy looking on IG. It won't get you nothing but fake love and a whole lot of hate. Look at my life, get you motivated. Came from the bottom and now we made it. Shout out to God, man, we finally made it. I know some people that probably hate it. I ain't worried about your opinion. I'ma live my life. In the studio in Georgia, finna kill a mic. Put up money, plays, hype. First down, first down, first down, first down. When they do you by the mile, still you on the ground. Knocking heads off now, and I know you hear that sound. And it don't stop, and it don't stop. And you getting mobbed, silent pop. Hit the gym,
Recessions are important, how to prepare for them, and how to make your millions, whatever the dollar amount is for you, during after a market crash. So, my opinion, I believe a market crash is coming 6 to 24 months from now. And the only reason I think that 6 to 24 is because the Fed and our politicians are trying, the White House is trying to do whatever they can.
Martial arts guys clashing in the ring for the first time ever. As Rodriguez challenges his domestic life partner for that title. This is gonna be legendary. Rodriguez, yeah, my son, you tell him I'm coming for him.
Some people may say I'm a naive dreamer. I still believe in the limitless potential of Las Vegas. You're a filthy playground in the middle of the desert, they say. You've got no access to water and are just waiting for the sands to reclaim you, they say. But you know what? For everything we lack in water, crops, and seasons, we make up for in heart. And vast expanses of empty space to store nuclear waste, but mostly heart. Some mayors get too caught up in the little day-to-day bits of running a city. Really prevents them from aiming for the top and thinking of a grand big picture. Like why can't we claim the moon for Las Vegas? Or why can't wine come from our faucets? As your mayor, I promise that I will leave the day-to-day drag of running the city to the little guys and paint a big picture we can all be proud of. You can't wait to shut this guy. If you're ready, You might not have known this before, but I'm convinced that my opponent in this race is an alien. Not an illegal alien like the kind from south of the border, but a bona fide extraterrestrial. Do you want Las Vegas being run by an alien? Of course you don't. The vote for me is a vote for humankind.
You can take them. I don't need them. I can take the bus, but wait, there's more. Sign up for extended warranty, and when your car gets dirty, I'll show up with a bucket and wash it myself. Don't like the idea of old Dwayne covered in suds? I'll send my daughters, all three of them. You'll love them. Their self-esteem's as low as our prices. So come on down to Second Chance Automotive.
This bastard's gonna drive me crazy.
But I believe
Time to crack this cubicle like an egg.
recession, and our politicians need to allow this to happen, but it's actually good for It's the best time to build wealth, and only the prepared will be
This is a crisis.
during
I
this
love
time.
Vegas
So,
with all my
if you see this
soul.
picture, that's me.
Too bad that soul
I
doesn't
think this
belong
is day
to
2 or day 3 Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. This is I got started with them a day before 9/11. And that's my cubicle. The lady in the back, she was one of my co-workers. We got hired on the same day. Her name is Sol. And the gentleman who hired us, Dave Kirby, sat us down, and it was only supposed to be one of us getting the job. She was obviously very overqualified. UC Berkeley, and I was underqualified, but he liked us both. He gave us the job, and he said, you guys got to share a computer suite together. When she goes, he used to the right. She was a genius. I think she got like a 15, 16 on that SAT. It's our coworker. Taking a picture. Don't let that smile fool you. Nobody was smiling because the corner stockbroker in the corner who was making 700 grand, within 12 months his income dropped to 70 grand. He was not ready for it. He was golfing pretty much every day, and he didn't see this event coming up, and then next thing you know, things happen. But Dave Kirby had a meeting with us. Everybody was scared, and he said it's going to be the toughest time to stay in this business. This is not a good time to stay in the business, but if you do, in the next 3 to 5 years, the opportunity is going to be great for you. So the 2001 dot-com bubble happened. I got started on 9/10. It was the worst time to start with Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. We had 3,600 employees at World Trade Center. When World Trade Center went down, I was supposed to go to New York. They shifted our training, and I went to San Francisco instead. And before the next recession, while this took place, this is when I made my first $100,000. Now, keep this in mind. I'm not a qualified guy. I'm a military guy without a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree. I'm a bodybuilder at this time. That's what I want to do. I want to be Mr. Olympia. That's my dream. And then I shifted into the financial industry. So I'm not the guy that's supposed to make the money, but I made my first $100,000, specifically in savings is what I'm talking about. And then this continued. So then I opened up my own offices in insurance. This is me in a picture sitting in front of my computer. Look at that earpiece, by the way. Those are the old ones. And I'm wearing a camel hair jacket, I believe. And I'm sitting there, working on some projects. But this is 2007, 2008. This picture was taken at a building, 8550 North Balboa Boulevard in Northridge, California, right across from Roscoe and Balboa. So I'm sitting there. At this point, I'm tracking everything that's going on with the market, my savings, my investments, and a few things happen at this point. In this picture, I have around $500,000 in savings. I started my own insurance company a year and a half after that, October 20th of 2009. Probably the worst time to start it because this is when AIG was almost going out of business. Insurance companies at the time had nothing to lose. They had a hard time with business. And we grew it from 66 agents. Today we have over 20,000 agents nationwide. But before the next recession at this time, I had $1 million in savings. Let me continue. This keeps going on. COVID happens. 2013, 2014. Market crash happens in 2020. Financial assistance where a lot of people were taking PPP loans. We didn't take the PPP loan. We had a meeting with our board. They said we can get around $4 million. And I said, I'm not taking the $4 million. I said, why? I said, why would we take $4 million when we got $15 million sitting in the... Why would we do that? We're not going to do that. Let that money be taken by other people. My board thought I was crazy. Anyways, a year and a half later, at an event we had at MGM, one of our board members, who's the managing director of Oaktree Capital Management for one of their divisions, got up on stage in front of everybody at MGM Grand Arena and says, hey, one thing you guys don't know is when COVID hit and we could have taken $4 million, your CEO, Pat, said he's not taking $4 million because he doesn't want to take it. So this isn't a guy that talks capitalism. He actually believes in that stuff. So a lot of people are taking financial assistance, and I saw so many restaurants going out of business. I said, they need the money. I don't need the money right now. We're going to be okay for it. But the people that need it, let them be able to take advantage of it because they're officially being said that they're a, what's the word? That they're not a essential business, right? These non-essential businesses, it was a tough time to be in business of restaurants during that time. But for our business, we went from 100% being face-to-face sitting with clients to all of a sudden I can't see my clients because I have to do Zoom. We didn't know how to do that. We made a shift immediately. So when that crisis happened, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I came home after a flight. We were coming back from Beverly Hills Hilton, had a meeting with my board, De La Hoya, Gabriel Brenner, all these guys. Everybody canceled because of COVID. So everything's going on with, that was the day where Disney shut down, NHL shut down, NBA shut down. Donovan Mitchell got COVID from Rudy Gobert and he was pissed off. That was the day I was in LA 23 hours with the wife and 3 kids and my nanny. We flew back, took the family to the house. I went to the office, was there till 3 o'clock in the morning, studying, saying, what the hell is a pandemic? How ugly can this thing be? What can the market react? How will the market react? And 9 out of 10 times, the panic is so big that people panic, and then all of a sudden, we recover 6 months later. 90% of the top 10 pandemics we had in America, we recovered 6 months later. The only one we didn't recover for 6 months, 12 months later was 8. Everything else we recovered. So I said, okay, we're probably going to recover, but how are we going to sell now that I can't go to people's homes? We shifted, we went to Zoom. 90% was Zoom, 10% was face-to-face. And then during this time, because of the adjustments we made, just like some of you guys are watching this, you may be in real estate. You may be a stockbroker. You may be a digital marketing guy. You may be a content creator. You may be a pharmaceutical salesperson. You may run a different. You may run a restaurant. You need to make the proper pivots right now, and don't sit around being casual like a lot of people in your industry are going to be, because the cemetery of businesses are going to be filled the next 12 to 24 months by CEOs and founders who didn't pivot quickly. They were just like, yeah, it's not a big deal. People are just trying to scare us. Okay, no problem. And then what am I going to do? I'm down to $7,000 in my bank account. Exactly. You underestimated the severity of what's about to happen, and you're paying a price for it. And not only you and your 22 employees are not paying a price for it. This is why it's very important to study material like this and make urgent decisions quickly, not sitting there and just waiting for 2 years to see what's going to happen. Anyways, during this time, a lot of opportunities came up for me when people were panicking. During that time, I got a call from a guy who owned 2 Wayne Gretzky cards. He wanted to sell it for $500,000. I bought the 2 for $540,000. Year and a half later, I sold it for $2.1 million. And those cars took off. And by the way, if I would have kept it for another year, one of the cars would have sold for $3.5 million. But the point is, I went from $540,000 to $2.1 million like this. Easy $1.5 million that was made there. That doesn't include other investments that was made, that I'm in real estate, other things that I make money. The point is, when people are scared, money is made because of people who have cash and can make decisions. So stick with me here as we go through this. So I went from having 6 figures in savings, and net worth went from 6 figures to 7 figures to 8 figures to 9 figures. So everybody ought to be chasing the next zero. I'm chasing my next zero. You ought to be chasing your next zero, whatever that zero may be for you. But during these times, scary times, everybody panicked. I took a different strategy, simply because back in the days, every time I panicked, I didn't make money. So I'm sharing with you some strategies that worked for me. So now, how concerned should you be about the economy today? Well, let me share with you what a few people are saying. Here's a guy named Elon Musk. You may have heard of this guy. He, some call him a genius, some call him a disruptor, some call him an innovator, some call him the greatest troll in the world because he knows how to get under people's skins.
Yeah, he's a troll, dude.
People's skin on Twitter. But here's what he did say. On May 26, one of the Twitter users asked him a question. Zach asked him, do you still think we're approaching a recession? He said, yes, but this is actually a good thing. It has been raining money on fools for far too long. Some bankruptcies need to happen. Also, the COVID stay-at-home stuff has tricked people into thinking that you don't actually need to work hard. Rude awakening inbound. By the way, just yesterday, I want to say, he tweeted out saying, and he sent an email out that came out public. He said, if you want to pretend that you're working 40 hours from home, you need to do 40 hours from the office, physical. If you're thinking you're going to do remote work at Tesla, you're fired. This company isn't for you. He announced that, I believe, 2 days ago. It was all over the place. I can't believe he said this. Remote work is the right way to go. Elon's saying, no, remote doesn't work. You know what the following day he announced? Today, while I'm recording this, today is June 3rd, I want to say, it came out that Tesla is firing, I believe, a 10%, I don't know the exact number, but they're about to let go of some of their employees because they have to. This is the next phase that they're going through. And Elon's trying to say, If you don't want to work from home, we got to let go of the bottom 10%. It's your choice. So where is Elon going with this? Where is Jamie Dimon going with this? From JP Morgan Chase, he said, the Fed only has a 33% chance to avoid a recession. What? So that means there's a 66% chance we're going into a recession? Yep, based on what Jamie Dimon said. Carl Icahn, legendary Carl Icahn, a man many fear in the public sector. I think there very well could be a recession, even worse. What do you mean even worse? This is a money guy. He's going to lose a lot of money if there's a recession, but he's probably prepared for it. Billionaire icon issues ominous warning. Why is he saying that publicly? He's in the space that it's better for people to be thinking bullish, not bearish. Leon Cooperman, who went on the podcast here 6-7 weeks ago, he's worth $2.5 billion. He said, it's not written in stone, but that would be my guess. Leon Cooperman joins chorus of billionaire investors warning of U.S. recession. He sat here, it's on a podcast, you can watch it, I don't know what episode it is, and he said, I said, how ugly will it be? He said, I think we're going to have 40% market correction, or around 40% market correction in 2023. I said, that bad? He says, I think it's going to be around 40%. But he said it in a way where, yeah, it's normal, it's coming soon, because he's been around the block for 40 years, and he's seen these things happen many, many times. So this is not coming from somebody that just got into business 5 years ago. This part of the CEO warns you guys it's going to be hard to avoid some kind of recession. This is
I hope you haven't been drinking, because you have got some driving to do. Car. Starting line of the race.
Very, very dilly-dally. Fed can tame inflation without sparking recession. So, I can't go on and I can quote you 10 other people are saying, but that's not the key. Let's just get into, should we be concerned about a market crash? 75% of Fortune 500 CEOs said this month that they were bracing for a recession. Let me read this to you one more time. 75% of Fortune 500, these are the 500 biggest companies in America, said they're bracing for a recession. They said that this is a Forbes article. So now, it's now all about an anticipation game. It's an anticipation game. You can go and fight, and all you can do is swing, okay? And you're not playing defense, and all of a sudden you get caught, right? You could get lucky and knock somebody out. Oh my God, what a great fight he is. But if you look at Mayweather, his game is what?
What's the deal?
A guy by the name of Fletcher Ramsey sold me his soul so he could be the ultimate street racer. Only problem was that this guy could not drive at all. So I had to improvise a little. Instead of giving him skills, well, you'll see.
Right, on my way.
Said I smelled like a septic tank? Whatever! I am a tank! Stick it in my ring, bruh!
Don't get aggro. Get warmed up ducky. The only rubber ducky on the market loaded with heavyweight sissy-ass speakers.
Stuck past the base while I scrub my face. It's a rubber-dub-dub in this tub, bitch!
Rubbed up ducky. Don't drop the soap. Drop the bass.
You're listening to KWA 104.2, and I'm Ronnie Q. Always giving it to you straight, always giving it to you cool. You've all heard how I feel about buying stuff and consumerism and whatever. So you know how much it pains me to say this, but you really need to buy these caked-on boots. Not only are they totally fucking comfortable, they're like hella great for the environment. Made out of our one-of-a-kind used homeless clothing and bags, it is the ultimate in recycled apparel. Not to mention they are only $3.99, new $99. I'm wearing the pinkish green ones as we speak. So pick up a pair of caked-on boots right now. Seriously, just listening to me.
Like a bomb, worth to bite. You can't get into the future now. K1 104.2. So much cooler than you.
July 1st.
You're hearing the voice of Ronnie Q on KWA.
Do not be surprised if in July you hear some thing officially in.
Hey, Jay.
I don't know
Nice
why I don't
wheels.
say it 'cause it's me.
You hitting the streets tonight?
Surprised if
Maybe. Doesn't look like my opponent is showing up.
Oh, is it Fletch? Yeah, he always shows up right at the last second. I wouldn't bother waiting if I was you. No one's ever beaten him.
I'll beat him.
You sound pretty confident. Mind if I ride along so I can see you in action?
What the hell? Get in.
Here he is.
Quarter one of 2022, the market economy shrank by 1.5%. According to this happened.
Ronnie Q on KWA
spending decreases, stock market goes down. These are things that can make decisions.
Hey, where's he going?
Oh, he never stops.
And how does he get his winnings?
He doesn't care about them. He just drives and drives.
You're at the bottom.
Hey, what are you doing?
Putting the brakes on this guy.
It's the most of the trees at the top. The ones at the bottom.
Why are you chasing him? Does he owe you money?
You're gonna maybe sell it.
The battle of a lifetime is coming soon to the Great Phalanx and to pay-per-view. Johnson.
Right.
Two mixed martial arts gods clashing in the ring for the first time ever. As Rodriguez challenges his domestic life partner for that title. This is gonna be legendary. If you see that punk Rodriguez, you tell him I know his name. You tell him I'm coming for him. I'm gonna rip his head off. Take him his whole family. I'm gonna skin him alive. Wear his skin like a Halloween costume. Then go to his grave.
He's gonna lose you.
Ring the bell and trick or treat. You know what I'm saying? If you see Rodriguez, you tell him I'm gonna end his soul. I'm gonna wipe every trace of his existence off the planet.
He's gonna lose you.
Tell him the rest.
Okay. So, when it happens, this is what it looks like this. Okay? And it gives opportunities for people like yourself to make a name for